Hello, I'm Parneetjaggi. In this lecture, we are going to be discussing very briefly the theme, style and structure of the poem Ecology, written by A.K.Ramanujan. As we mentioned earlier, this poem Ecology was published in the third volume of poems by Ramanujan, Second Sight, that was published in 1986. And in this poem, the poet himself is the speaker. Now, the most important theme that comes out visibly in the poem is the element of Indianness. The poem is especially noticeable for its Indianness and the portrayal of an Indian family structure and its regard for traditional values. Now, we see the poet here has a deep concern for his mother, who suffers, who is ailing due to the severe migraine headache which is caused due to the pollen of the red champak trees growing just outside their house. So this Indian tradition, Indian value for the family, regard for the parents, regard for the elders comes out visibly in the poem. Then of course we have a difference in the opinions of two generations. People of the older generation have memories, beliefs and emotions attached to their surroundings, to the ecology, to elements of nature. And for the poet himself, the red champak trees are of no use actually. Their pollens pollute the air and they cannot be prevented in any way from entering the house and the human body. And due to these trees, he finds his mother ill, sick every year when he returns home, and he feels disgusted at the sight of these trees. So on the other hand, for the mother who belongs to the older generation and traditions, these trees are not just trees, but they are auspicious omens for her entire household, her generation and her family. So due to which she cannot rid of these trees, and she did not allow anybody to cut down the trees. Then of course we have a handling of the binaries of tradition and modernity in the poem. The poem displays throughout a conflict between the devotion of a son to his mother and the traditional belief in the mindset of the mother, which makes her adjust to the suffering that she goes regularly and frequently. Now, when we talk about the style of the poem, Ecology is one poem which could be read as a single sentence on the whole. But then on the other hand, each stanza has also one particular idea, so it can be divided into stanzas as well. And there is a causal connection between the ideas as they flow from one stanza to the next. Now, the most important ingredient of the poem is the presence of irony. There are sharp ironical contrasts in the poem wherein we find that on one hand the mother is suffering, hence the son is suffering. On the other hand, the belief system, the traditions, the customs which have been passed from generation to generation, and the mother now wants to pass it to her own daughters and their generations as well. So for example, flash her temper. This is an instance of the irony where she is angry because she is suffering all the time because of those trees. But she holds herself. She does not allow anybody to touch those environmental elements which she takes as good omens for her family and her traditions and her complete generation which she wants to pass over the next. So this was my brief analysis of the poem Ecology by A.K. Ramanujan. Thank you for now.